Yo, yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes. Pieces is a form of art. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes.
Hello, everyone. How are you? I hope you're well. I think people don't like my intro. I really do because they leave during it, so I don't know. I'm going to talk today about Bella Fontenelle and Wynter Smith. They were both murdered, and I don't want their name to be forgotten. Well, I know Wynter Smith just became missing, and it's like probably a high profile case now, and Bella is just not talked about anymore. And I'm from that, well, okay, so where this happened is like 30 minutes from where I grew up. So this really it really irritates me that it's like just forgotten. Nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about her. She was freaking dismembered, stuffed in a bucket, and put on her mother's lawn. But she's forgotten, and the stepmom's arrested. She had a preliminary hearing, I think June 29th, but I can't find it. So apparently, maybe it wasn't videoed. I don't know. I guess because it's not a big city, or Louisiana's a sucky ass state, they don't want to, Michigan and Detroit's big cities and a big state. And Louisiana's just a peon state. So what the hell, right? Hold on one second. Let me pull up this video. And I dropped the StreamYard link in the chat if anyone wants to come up.
Bella Fontenelle, 6 years old, would be graduating kindergarten in probably like a month and a half, like 6 weeks. That's like a great time, right? I remember when at first I thought that's ridiculous. You don't graduate and then you see them in their little, and they get their little, and you just melt and you take the pictures, and it's one of the milestones in a parent's life. But Bella is not going to have that graduation because Bella on Tuesday was murdered. This happened in Harahan, Louisiana. I'm going to give you a warning right now. This is really tough stuff that I'm about to say, okay? Warning, warning, warning. This is tough. There's a woman in jail tonight who is accused of not only murdering little Bella because, I mean, why does anybody? It's her boyfriend's daughter. But she's also accused of loading little 6-year-old Bella's body into a 10-gallon pail, you know, the kind that you put like pool chlorine in, loading that onto a wagon and then taking it 2 blocks down the street to where Bella's mom lived, and then just unloading that wagon onto mom's yard. And little Bella was found the next morning. This just happened on Tuesday, so it's very fresh. And people of Harahan, Louisiana are just gasping for breath over this one. It is alleged that the woman in that video is Hannah Landon, 43 years old. She is sitting in a cell tonight, charged with this murder. Her boyfriend, obviously no longer her boyfriend, the father of that little girl, reeling. The mother of that little girl, reeling. I want to bring in Dr. Jerry Satanovich. He's the coroner in Jefferson Parish, Louisiana. Doctor, I don't even know where to begin, but I will ask you this. Do you have, from your examination, from your knowledge of this case, do you have any information that links Hannah Landon to this murder? We can see the video on Ring door camera. You know, we can see the wagon being pulled. But the murder itself, are there fingerprints?
I'm sorry, you guys. I wanted to say this at the beginning and I forgot. There is a GoFundMe for Bella's mom, I believe, and I pinned it at the top of the chat. So if you're able to and you want to support the mother, the GoFundMe is at the top of the chat.
Prints on the child's neck? Are there palm prints that are the size of Hannah's hands? Are there fingerprints on a murder weapon? Anything like that?
Well, there's some of these questions you're asking me are better asked, obviously, to the sheriff and to his detectives. But I do know that there's a lot of evidence that links this suspect to the case, and I'm leave it at that.
Can you characterize some of the evidence at least?
Sure. I mean, are you talking about the injuries to the little girl?
Characterize some of the evidence that links the little girl's death to Hannah.
Well, look, I think you just showed the most obvious evidence, which is this woman taking the bucket. It's a pool chemical bucket. It's a 12-gallon bucket, and putting it in the back of that wagon and literally leaving it in the front yard of this girl's mother's home for overnight.
Oh. Dr. Satanovich, do you have any knowledge of how the discovery was made? Do you know anything about the circumstances of what happened that morning when Mom saw the bucket?
Well, my understanding is that, this is coming from the sheriff, is that the father got home late at night after working late till 9:45 or so, and he went straight to sleep. woke up in the morning, saw his older daughter, and went in to check on his younger daughter, and she wasn't there. And then he noticed that his girlfriend wasn't there either. And then he went and reported them missing. That was like at 7:30 on Wednesday morning. Sequence of events, police got involved quickly. They went to the mother's house and they saw they found the bucket in front of the mother's house.
So was it the mother who opened the bucket and found what was inside, or did someone else?
I'm sorry, I don't have that information. I've heard conflicting stories about both.
I hope it was someone else. I can't imagine.
I agree.
You're a father. You're an emergency room physician as well. What happened to little Bella? How did she die?
Well, cause of death is manual strangulation, accompanied by multiple blows to the head.
Dr. Cvitanovich, I wish we could meet under different circumstances, but I assume in the line of work that you have, this is the kind of thing that you have to deal with, although I would imagine nothing to this extent. I wish you all the best, And
I'll tell you, quickly, the everybody involved, from the 911 operator that took the first call, to the EMS workers that had to pronounce her dead, to the detectives and to the staff in my office. They're all mothers and fathers, and they all, signed up for this, and it's a very difficult job. And I mean, everybody in the community has so much respect for what they do, because it's not easy. And cases like this, when, especially for those of us who are parents, it tears at your heart.
Dr. Cvitanovich, God bless you and all of the staff members that you just outlined. And the best of luck to you all as you prosecute this case. Thank you for watching. Go to who is accused of this horrific crime. I guess not a big surprise here. She's being held without bond. She's in Jefferson Parish. I want to bring in News Nation national correspondent Alex Capriello, who's live in Louisiana tonight. He's joining me now with some exclusive interviews that he's been able to land, also some new reporting on this case. What have you learned, Alex?
Yeah, I would say this neighborhood is completely in shock still to this very day. The crime itself, more than a month old, but it's really, really hard for these people to talk about, especially when they consider the little girl who's at the very center of it, 6 years old, Bella Fontenelle. This was a young girl who was playing in the driveway, riding her bike down the streets, hanging out around the neighborhood. And so when they remember that little girl and then think about the crime that's been committed against her, I mean, it really brings these people to tears. I spoke to several neighbors. They shared what they remembered about her. They also said a little bit about Hannah herself, that she seemed like a very sweet, kind, polite woman. The fact that she's been accused of these crimes, it just doesn't make sense to them at this point.
Well, I want to play some of that in a moment, because you were great at getting these interviews. We're seeing some video of you being able to talk to those neighbors. But before you tell us what they said, I was astounded that you learned there is still a police presence there. Why is that a month later?
Oh, yeah, very heavy police presence. We saw both Harahan Police and Jefferson Parish Sheriff's deputies swing around the neighborhood multiple times. I might say even multiple squad cars at a time. What you got to really understand about this story and the greater context here is that Bella's father, Michael, and Bella's mother, Jennifer, only live about 2 blocks away from each other. That's the reason why we saw that video of Hannah bringing that wagon down the street, right? She was bringing it to the front steps of Jennifer. And so when you consider 2 of the major parties of this crime living so close together, both police and the neighborhood are highly protective of both of them. In fact, many of them didn't like the fact that we were there asking questions, but regardless, police were there on hand, heavy presence, making sure everything was in order, and also making sure that Michael, Jennifer, and also Bella's older sister were in good hands.
And of course, Hannah Landon, innocent until proven guilty. We, have learned from the police. The police say that was her pulling the wagon. The police say it was her that took that body to the front door of her mother's house. Talk to me about what the neighbors say, because as we look at those pictures, it looks like an upscale, lovely neighborhood. From all accounts, it seems like a quiet community. What did you learn, and what did neighbors tell you exclusively?
Well, what's very interesting to me, Ashley, is that it seems from the neighbor's perspective that Hannah and Bella had a very sweet relationship together. You got to understand that Hannah and Michael with Bella moved into this home about 4 years ago. So Hannah's been in Bella's life for at least 4 years, helping raise this young girl. And there's many accounts that I heard from these neighbors that talked about watching them ride their bikes or playing in the pool together, singing songs and just loving on each other. And so the fact that Hannah has been accused of these crimes has just brought them to tears. They're in absolute disbelief. They shared more about that shock of finding out that news firsthand with me.
Larry, tell me a little bit about just sort of what that process was like for the neighborhood, for yourself, and as you heard about that news come down.
Shocking, very shocking. It was kind of traumatic for everybody, especially seeing her with the children and so forth. And, but other than that, it was really a shock. So
I still didn't know what happened. Hopefully for the best. I thought maybe Hannah just, went off with her or something. And then later I saw my neighbor across the street, Josh, and he usually gets the scoop on everything. I don't know how he does it, but he might know somebody. And I went over and I said, Josh, did you hear anything about Hannah and Bella? He said, yeah, they found her. And I felt kind of good. He said, she's dead. I said, she's dead? How could a 6-year-old girl be dead?
My goodness, it was heart-wrenching to actually hear these neighbors recount that moment about a month ago. You could hear the tears in his voice, but still so many questions remain, like why was this crime committed? At this point, law enforcement has not named any sort of motive. We do know a history of bad blood between Jennifer, Bella's mom, and Hannah. A restraining order was filed about a year or two ago. We're going to be digging into that a little bit more tomorrow, but still law enforcement has not come forward with a motive at this point.
Oh God, Alex, I hope it's not, getting revenge through a child. Oh, she deserves a trial, innocent until proven guilty, but that is painful to see the neighbors and how they're affected by this. Alex, thank you for that reporting. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Go to News Nation.
Hey, Lady V. I'm going to tell you who, we know what, we know when, and we know where. We don't know why. I don't know what a motive. Oh, yes. So earlier, I'm going to have to look for that. She had put a restraining order on Jennifer, Bella's mother. So yes, I absolutely 100%, in my opinion, believe it was revenge. Well, hey.
How are you, babe?
I'm good. You?
I'm good.
Do you know about Bella?
No?
You don't know about Bella? See what I mean? It's a little city in Louisiana, and I feel like that's why nobody knows her.
Well, I just got home from work, so I don't know anything.
Oh, this was 2 months ago.
Okay, well, explain to me and I'll see if...
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
So the stepmom strangled her, stuffed her in a bucket, and left her on her real mother's lawn, which they both lived on the same street. And you could see her on video ring cam pulling a wagon with the bucket in the wagon going to the mother's lawn. And then the mother found her the next day.
I do remember hearing a snippet about that, but I don't know really anything.
Well, the stepmother was charged with murder. Um,
The
I
stepmother.
yes. I think the older daughter had said something, but I'm not too sure. I read that somewhere. And y'all, like before I went live, I opened my laptop and it said restore your tabs. So I clicked restore and none of my tabs came up. I was like, are you kidding me?
Oh, that's
I was 2 minutes late going live. Oops.
oh, 2 minutes is nothing.
I know. But did you just so okay, the father got home late at like 9:45, I think they had just said. And so he went to bed, and when he woke up, they were both missing. He didn't know where they were, so he reported both of them missing. And then I guess after that is when the mom saw the bucket in her yard.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So I have the, I guess, press conference you would call it.
Yeah, I'd like to see it all.
Let's see.
How was your day, hon?
It was good. All I did, this is the third time I went live today.
Yeah, I know you went earlier, but I couldn't watch because I was at work.
Yes. Girl, let me tell you, somebody commented on one of my, I hate talking about crap on my lives, but somebody went on my comments and said that they're unsubbing from me because I don't know how to edit, and some other stuff. And I'm like, dude, do you see I have like 1,300 subs? I get like how many views on my stuff? I am brand new. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I will get there. And I'm like, block? I don't care what you say.
Well, that's ridiculous.
I'm like still learning, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's like,
let them try it.
I know, right? I
Yeah.
get nervous like before every time I go live. Every time I get nervous. But
Not
all right,
bad.
let's play this one.
Hi, y'all. Thank y'all for coming here this afternoon. I'm Sheriff Joseph Pinto, Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. I'm here with the Harahan Police Chief, Ed.
You can definitely hear his accent. 100%.
Yeah.
LaPree, the Jefferson Parish Coroner, Jerry Sutanovich, Harahan Mayor Tim Bodier, and Jefferson Parish Councilman Dino Bonanno. Here to announce a very sad case in the city of Harahan, which occurred last night and this morning. Earlier today at around 7:30 a.m., a father walked into the Harahan Police Department to report his child, along with his 43-year-old girlfriend, missing. When he woke up this morning, the 6-year-old and the 43-year-old were not in the house, although an older child was still in the house there. Reported it to the Harahan Police Department. They started investigating it as a missing person. They went to the house, started doing canvases in that neighborhood. The mother of the biological mother of the child lives approximately 1 block away around the corner. So the investigation led to go to that location. Upon arriving at that location, they located best to be able to describe it, maybe a 10-gallon bucket. It's a chlorine bucket, large, a little larger than a 5-gallon bucket on the front lawn of the mother's house. When they opened up that bucket, they found the 60-year-old deceased inside that bucket. Turned into a homicide investigation. Obviously, at that point, homicide detectives from Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office were called out to.
Why is everybody leaving? Who is Sam Smith?
Do what?
Who is Sam Smith?
Gosh, when this guy looks down, I don't know who Sam Smith is either.
Kaz, who's Sam Smith?
I don't see any people leaving.
scene. We utilized not only our resources with the sheriff's office, but also used the Major Crimes Task Force to come out and try to start canvassing the neighborhood, which our attention was drawn very quickly to the missing girlfriend, who is now missing in action, right? We could not necessarily find her. We were able to find numerous video from different households in the neighboring area, which showed her pulling a wagon down late last night with the bucket inside the back of that wagon. Ended up performing an autopsy today on the child, and we can classify the child's death as a homicide at this point in time. We ended up doing extensive interviews with both the mother and the father, the biological mother and the father. We do not believe that they are involved in any foul play involved with the death of Miss Bella Fontenelle, who is the 6-year-old that is deceased. Those interviews also continue to lead us in our investigation, looking for the suspect in this case, which I have 3 different names. Hannah Landon, which is an American name. She is described as an Asian female. Hannah Landon, Hannah, last name Landon, Landon, also known as Bunak Lim, Bunnak, last name Lim, or Bunak Landon, 43-year-old Asian female. As we were doing our best in order to locate her around 2 o'clock this afternoon, we were notified that she was possibly at one of our local hospitals. We were able to locate her at one of the local hospitals. She is now in JPSO custody, where she'll hopefully later be booked with at least 1 count of first-degree murder and obstruction of justice. Got a lot of different evidence with a lot of different scenes here, that we'll continue to work through. But of course, we have an arrest, and we have more tragically the death of the 6-year-old, which is going to be a big shock to the small community of Harahan. With that, I'll turn it over to Chief LaPree for any questions, and I'll take some questions afterwards.
Thank you, Sheriff. My name is Ed LaPree. I'm the Harahan Police Chief. This morning, I was out of town at a conference, an FBI conference down in Orlando. I got a call from my staff in reference to a missing child. Immediately after learning more information, I reached out to the sheriff and the other chiefs that were with me at the conference. All offered to help. The sheriff and his staff, I can't thank them enough for coming in and working with our guys. Our guys responded. They were doing the right things. We just needed a little extra help, and I appreciate the sheriff for coming in and offering the assistance to develop this case. They were keeping me abreast on the hour. They got me an earlier flight. I just got back in from out of town, but I appreciate everything. The city of Harahan is still safe. It is a safe city. There's no threat to the public right now. There is an arrest. There is a case being worked. The sheriff, as we get more information, and if it's necessary to report, we will. But at this time, I appreciate all the outside agencies that came in, gave assistance to us. We're a small town. We're a safe town. And I just want the citizens to know that my heart and my prayers go out to the family of this child. This is a senseless type incident that happened, but I can assure you that the Harahan Police Department and the Sheriff's Office are there for the family, and we keep them in our prayers, and I thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Jerry Satanovich, Jefferson Parish Coroner. I want to start off by saying thank you to everybody involved in this.
I thought I unmuted myself. I'm not with it anymore in true crime. I'm behind. Huh?
She used to be like on top of every single thing going on, but she's not in true crime really anymore. She's expanding out. I mean, she still does true crime, but not like she did.
No, that's not what happened, Avery. The man didn't kidnap anybody. Nobody got in a wreck. Hold on. After we play this, I will let you know.
In this case, from the 911 dispatchers to EMS to law enforcement, and last but not least, the people in my office. Cases like this are hard. We're parents, brothers, sisters, so it's very difficult, and it affects everybody. So thanks to all of them, and they're very much appreciated for what they do.
The young lady, the decedent, is Bella Fontenelle. That's Bella. Last name is Fontenelle, 6-year-old female. The manner of death is homicide. She has multiple injuries, and I'm not going to get into details regarding the injuries because this is still a fluid investigation with a lot of interviews that have yet to happen. So those details will come out. We're not, hiding them. We're just delaying the release of those. Thank you very much.
I'll take any questions if anybody has any.
Sheriff, why was Miss Landon or Miss Lim, why did she go to the hospital?
I'm not going to release that at this point in time. She, as I said, the arrest has just been made on her in the last couple of hours, so we haven't had the opportunity to interview her, although we're going to attempt that. So that's part of the reason that we're not releasing the cause of death of injuries and some of those information. So I'll probably will release that to you at the appropriate time, but right now it's not the appropriate time.
Sheriff, you said the bucket was found in the yard of
It was in the front yard of the biological mother's house.
of the little girl.
Yeah, so we believe the child was killed at the father's house, which happens to be about a block away, and then transported over to the mother's house, and then taken out of a wagon. Actually, is how I was transported.
Is her home on Sedgefield and the father?
The father is on Donlin. The mother is on Sedgefield. That's correct.
Do you know if the girlfriend had planned anything, or do you have a possible motive?
I don't have any information to be able to share. As that interview has not happened yet.
Or any chance that it could have been accidental, or is that
I don't believe. No, I think the coroner made it clear. I think the manner of death is certainly a homicide. Yeah.
Was there issues with the girlfriend and the biological mother? Why was the child placed on the mother's front lawn?
I don't know the answers to that yet.
Do you know if the girlfriend lived?
Did they just say, do you know why the little girl was placed on the mother's door?
I think so. Like,
how would they know that if that woman didn't talk? Okay, Rock Jim.
I don't think it takes much to figure out. Personally.
Exactly. So why would they say why?
Because they just ask stupid questions.
I know, right?
With the child and
yes, the girlfriend lived with the biological father, and I believe they had joint custody, so at both times lived with both parties.
Did the biological mother find the bucket? Was she home at the time? Or
she was home. Harahan Police Department was there with her, but she was home at the time. That's correct.
Was she the one that?
I don't know exactly. I think that bucket was determined by him. I don't know who opened it, to be honest with you.
Can you talk any more about the mental state of the girlfriend?
No, not yet. I mean, again, this has all happened within the last couple of hours. Really, she got to our detective bureau while we were here. And so, I mean, let my detectives work for a little bit.
Where's the dad?
Dad, again, went through extensive interviews today. I don't know if he's been released yet, but he should be released, fully cooperative from that standpoint. Don't believe he was involved in the murder by any means. But I don't know if he's, when I left the detective bureau, he was still there, but he certainly could have been released by now.
Sheriff, any other
emotions today?
What's that?
Can you talk about his emotions today?
Oh, I mean, look, you can imagine. I mean, I'm not going to speak for him, but I mean, both him and the mother are certainly extremely upset, which you would imagine on any person that lost a 6-year-old unexpectedly.
Oh my goodness, did it have an echo? I forgot to mute myself.
No, you were good. You know, I don't know what's wrong with these parents anymore.
I know, that's why I put on my thumbnail something about our babies. Let me see, what did I put? I even forgot what I put. Hey, Crystal. Yo, I mailed my TV.
Hey, Wynter Smith, what's happening to our babies? Yeah.
Yes. I mailed my TV to myself right before I flew over here.
Uh-huh.
And It says on the tracking thing that it would be delivered Thursday, July 6th. And so I checked the tracking number online, and it doesn't say out for delivery. I will say that.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
I'm
All right. Huh?
As long as I had internet, I wouldn't care, to be honest.
I know I don't even watch my TV, but my dad keeps texting me, asking me if I got it yet. So I just want to get it so I can say, yes, I got it.
Right.
Hey, y'all hit that thumbs up for me, pretty please, and thank you.
I did,
So,
and I'm watching you, so you get double hours.
what's that?
I said I'm watching you on one of my accounts, so
Aww,
2 likes and 2 times the hours.
you're sweet. I can't say you're the bestest because, Crystal's the bestest. But
Oh, I can run a close second. I'll let her.
You come in close to second.
Yeah.
Oh, really, Avery? She said Amazon packages are behind too. I don't know. I think it's UPS because I went to the UPS store.
Sorry.
All right. So remember I told you that I thought the motive was revenge or something against the mother.
Right.
Okay. Well, and I told you that she did get a restraining order on the mother.
On the mother or the stepmother?
The stepmother got a restraining order on the birth mother.
For what?
I think it says it on this video. If it doesn't, I'll pull it back up. Okay. I think I have it bookmarked. Cause she said that the lady was her, like physically harming her.
Really?
Oh, Crystal said you're the bestest.
No, I'm telling them they are.
Aw. All right, let's
all be the best together.
Y'all can be twinsies.
That's right. Triplets, quadruplets. Can't forget Kaz.
I know all of my subs are the bestest because y'all are here with me, the main bestest.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if I'm at work and nobody's coming in, I can watch you. But there was a little girl like 5 years old there today, so I didn't want her to hear all the bad stuff.
Oh, I went get my eyebrows done yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before I went shopping? I don't remember. I went to get my eyebrows waxed, and Nevaeh's like, "Oh, can I get my nails done?" And I'm like, "No, girl." And she's like, "If I get them short, it's only $50." And I'm like, "Girl, I just flew all the way over here and spent money on a plane ticket and all that." I was like, "I'll buy you a shirt." She's not my daughter. Oh, thank you, Cass. She's not my daughter. She's only my sister. So it's like, and I've gotten her nails done before for her. So.
Oh, how old is
well,
she?
y'all know Nevaeh. I mean, I went live. That's for short nails, Avery. She said, where's Nevaeh? I'm not getting my TV today, apparently.
Why?
I looked up the tracking number and it doesn't say on its way. I mean, it says on its way, not out for delivery.
Oh.
So, yeah, she said, if I get the short ones, it'll just be $50. I'm like, damn, how much are the long ones?
How old is she?
16.
Oh.
She likes them extremely long coffin size nails.
Here, look. Hold on. Look, like that?
Yes, you got candy canes.
No, it's American flag, if I can get.
Oh, that's so cool. How do you do people's nails with your nails that long?
Just like everybody else, but a little trickier. Yeah,
I bet. All the people at the nail salons that I've seen, have short nails. Like definitely not acrylic or whatever else they have now.
Yeah, well, do not use TV. Oh Lord. Um, yeah, most of them do, but I figure like this: if I learn to do them with my nails, I can keep my nails, which is
Glam.
my passion, and then maybe it will inspire somebody else to get some pretty nails put on, right?
Yes, and that's what I was gonna tell. Avery said, "What's the point of short though?" Because I like short because it's just like the perfect length, and they look pretty. They look prettier than your regular nail.
Short nails are pretty. They can be very pretty.
Thank you very much, lady. Okay, let's see the drama in these people's lives.
From Fox 8, this is breaking news.
Good afternoon. I'm Lauren McCoy.
And I'm Liz Reyes. The Jefferson Parish coroner says a preliminary autopsy shows 6-year-old Bella Fontenelle died of manual strangulation with blunt force injuries to the head. Meanwhile, the woman accused of her death is now in jail, booked with her murder.
And the horrific killing left the Harahan neighborhood in shock, but police say their investigation is far from over. Natasha Robert explains.
She had the biggest smile. It seemed to be, she was the first one that would approach you, and share and just giggle and how you doing.
The Harahan community is still reeling from the tragic death of 6-year-old Bella Fontenelle.
And I would see the little girl and her older sister out in the driveway playing many times, riding their little bikes, and the mother would sit out there with them. The grandmother and grandfather would sit out there with them. And it was just beautiful to watch them.
Investigators say her father's girlfriend, Hannah Landon, also known as Bunnick Landon, killed little Bella, stuffed her in a 10-gallon chlorine bucket, and left it on her mother's front lawn late Tuesday night. The sheriff's office says it recovered surveillance video showing Landon walking down the street that night with a wagon in tow, carrying the bucket. She's now booked with first-degree murder and obstruction of justice and is being held without bond.
We've been a small bedroom community for years. We average
I have never heard of a small, what did he say? A small bedroom community. What does that? I mean, I never heard of that. A small, close-knit family.
Small families, not large families. Small, close. It's like they usually say, small, close-knit bedroom community.
Oh, kind of like Cheers, where everybody knows your name.
Exactly. Oh, you have that problem too, Kaz. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, just like you do. I'm gonna have to look at see how long her nails are. I gotta figure out a way for her to show me.
Kaz, email me a picture of your nails. We email so she can email me a picture of them. So I found the court documents and I'll show them after. If they don't show them on here, I'll show them after. Of the restraining order, that is.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
Every 3.5, 4 years. And it's a tragic thing.
Harahan Police Chief Edward LaPrey says just after midnight, early Wednesday morning, Landon came into the Harahan Police Station asking for help.
Officer spoke to her. She seemed a little bit out of it. And they called to have her. She was asking for a transport. So they called for an ambulance to come pick her up. And once the ambulance came and picked her up, they transported her to a local hospital to be evaluated.
And that's where police say they eventually located and arrested her for murder. People who live near Bella's mother say they're in.
So she killed Bella and then went to the police station and told them what, she's mental? she needs to go to a mental hospital. She needs an evaluation. Is that what she's going to use?
Probably.
That's the first thing she said. Kaz, and how do you push
Oh,
numbers?
I was trying to figure out why she went to the hospital.
Yeah, he said for an evaluation. So I'm assuming a behavioral evaluation.
I would think so.
Because she wasn't harmed. I mean, she strangled Bella. You know what I mean? It wasn't like where blood was expelled from the body. So I don't know what her injuries could have been. So I'm assuming that the evaluation was mental health.
Okay, I thought I missed it for a minute. I was like, why'd she go?
She was trying to pull Letitia.
Sounds a lot like Letitia, actually.
In shock.
I thought everything was all American, as you would say. You know, I know she was working through a stressful divorce. She did share that, but it seemed to be she was okay with it. I mean, she seemed to be moving forward with that situation.
But court documents show there was conflict between the mother and Landon or Lim dating back to 2021. In one incident, court documents show the two women got into a physical confrontation during a swim meet for one of the kids, and Bella's father had to intervene. In another incident, the two seemed to scuffle during a soccer game. Chief LaPrey says the investigation into the little girl's murder is far from over.
We're going to work to the end to try to make sure we get a conviction. This is a small baby, and any family would be devastated. I can only imagine what the mother and father are going through right now.
When it happens 2 doors down from your house and you look outside and you see multiple policemen, it is like, what in the world is going on here?
People who live in this neighborhood still cannot believe what happened, but they say they're leaning on each other to cope with the tragedy. In Harahan, Natasha Robin, Fox 8, Local First.
That was a bright dress.
So they showed, yeah, I was thinking, whenever that woman was pulling the wagon, I was thinking Letitia. Like, that's what she reminded me of. And, like, Letitia didn't pull a wagon, but for some reason, when I saw that, that's exactly who I thought of.
Well, that's the first thing that popped in my head when you were telling me about it.
Kaz said her nails is so long. Her nails are really acrylic are really tough, so she needs a stylist for her phone.
I don't.
I have a stylus phone and I don't even use the stylus. I forget it's there. I guess because it's new. I don't know. So you want to see the doc? They kind of like just put, sections of it.
Sure.
Let's see. So it says Hannah Landon versus, I wonder who Evelyn is. Okay. Hannah Landon versus Jennifer Zeladon and Evelyn Zeladon. How you say that? I wonder who Evelyn is. Oh, man. Okay, I don't know. I got to find out. Petition for temporary restraining order. The petition of Hannah, referred to as plaintiff, an individual domiciled in the parish of Jefferson, respectfully shows Jennifer's, I'm not going to say her last name because it's hard. Jennifer, an individual domiciled and residing in the parish of Jefferson at the municipal address of Evelyn, an individual parish of Jefferson at a totally different address, one in Harahan and one in Harvey. Plaintiff fears she will suffer immediate and irreparable injury, loss, or damage from defendants before the adverse parties or their attorneys can be heard in opposition, since defendants have committed battery upon her and threatened her with additional bodily harm. Therefore, she seeks the injunction relief of this court for the reasons that follow. Jennifer is the mother of 2 children whose father is the plaintiff's boyfriend. On multiple occasions, Jennifer has assaulted and battered plaintiff, including but not limited to shoving, aggressively grabbing, and grappling, and making threats of harm to the petitioner's body and life. The most recent incident of abuse on June 8th, 2021, that's Nevaeh's birthday, not 2021, which prompted plaintiff to file this petition, occurred while plaintiff was tending to one of her boyfriends, Mr. Michael Fontenelle's daughters, at Mr. Fontenelle's request, while at an outing at Riverside Country Club in Harahan. At that time, Jennifer, the child's mother, positioned herself behind the plaintiff and grabbed and aggressively pulled and shoved plaintiff. This physical confrontation continued for some time until Mr. Fontenelle intervened. During this altercation, Jennifer made multiple threats of harm against the plaintiff. Past incidents of harm include Wednesday, March 17, 21, where plaintiff was in attendance at a soccer game for Mr. Fontenelle's children. Jennifer approached plaintiff and forcefully grabbed plaintiff's wrist while pressing her body close to petitioner and stating, "I will hurt you." Later, on the same event that day, Jennifer approached plaintiff from behind and aggressively grabbed the plaintiff once again and began to cause another altercation. Defendant Evelyn is the sister of defendant Jennifer. On the incident of June 8th, 21, described in paragraph 3 of this petition, Evelyn charged plaintiff aggressively and shoved plaintiff hard enough to jolt plaintiff's body. This is some kid bullshit. Plaintiff felt extremely threatened and feared for her safety. During this struggle, Evelyn attacked plaintiff by kicking, clawing, and grabbing her arms and shoulders and pulling her hair. Cat fight! Evelyn and Jennifer continued to yell at and harass plaintiff until plaintiff left the area. Oh my God, are you serious? Bruh.
And that sweet little baby girl got caught in the middle of this child.
Yes. Yes. She got killed for this? Please. Due to the immediate and present danger of abuse, plaintiff requests that a temporary restraining order be issued immediately pursuant to the provisions of CCP Article 361 without bond, prohibiting defendants from abusing, harassing, assaulting, stalking, following, tracking, monitoring, or threatening plaintiff in any matter whatsoever. But you just did the same thing to her, worse than that. This prohibition includes the use, attempted use, or threatened use of physical force that would reason. So you can't go fight her, so you kill her daughter. You can't, bruh. I can't deal with this.
Well, I mean, I wonder how that worked out for her. Now she's going to spend the rest of her life in jail, probably on death row.
Yep, and Louisiana
is get with these people with these stupid little revenge things with the kids. It's like, okay, so now you thought you had it bad before. Now you've made it a jillion times worse.
Yeah, it's just like Letitia, a stepmom, jealous of the mother, and puts the kid in the middle of it, and the kid has to suffer. And I'm like, Crystal, dang it, I forgot what I cannot read chat when I have something to say because I so forget.
We were talking about her being caught in the middle. The little girl, Bella.
I still don't remember. It's sad, and like you don't hear anything about it anymore. She just had a preliminary hearing, and I couldn't even find it online, and nobody's ever talking about it, and nobody has talked about Bella since 2 months ago whenever it first happened. So yeah, I feel like it's because it's just a little old city in South Louisiana, a little town, and so whatever, you know.
That doesn't matter, right? Will be down.
Obviously, it does because no one's talking about it anymore. And look like, this is serious. This woman literally put her stepdaughter in a bucket and drug her down to her mom's in a wagon.
Well, I mean, here's the
That's
thing. She was accusing Bella's mother of abusing, right? But she's the one that put her in a little bucket and took her to her mom. So
that's what I was gonna say.
how stupid.
Bella suffered.
Yeah.
She got strangled. She knew what was going on. She
Yeah.
suffered.
Yeah.
And that's another horrible thing that I don't know. It's just like Annan suffered. You know
You
what
know,
I mean?
if
I'll-
people started making them go through the same thing that they put those babies through, they might think twice.
That's what I said about Chad Dorman. I was like, they need to just shoot him one bullet in the head, just like he did his children.
Shoot him 3 different times, get to the head last.
Oh yeah, make him suffer.
Make him suffer.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say when I forgot. Have fun on death row because Louisiana doesn't execute them very often, so you won't probably die from natural causes in there before you get executed. I'm pretty damn sure. If they go after the death penalty, y'all, I don't even know because I can't find anything, and I can't go to Jefferson Parish for papers because it's still an open case.
Right.
She is, and she reminded me. Let me see. Did y'all see a picture of her, like a straightforward picture of her?
No.
That's her.
Well,
She kind of favors Letitia. Maybe she should put her hair in front of her face.
Yeah. Oh, first it has to get greasy.
Well, I'm sure it'll get greasy in jail.
Tell you, Letitia's was, oh my gosh.
Look at this.
She was such a pretty little baby.
So I'm gonna say again, if you're able to and would like to support the mother, I put her GoFundMe. I pinned it up on top of chat in case anybody would like to donate. So then we have Wynter Smith, another. Well, it's not a girlfriend; it's a boyfriend. Man, I don't know what's going on. 2 years old. 2. I know you heard about her, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go like from the beginning when they found her, I guess. And then I'll go to the police, the press conference, and then I'll go to the family's statements.
Sounds good, huh?
Okay, let me pull it up.
We begin tonight with breaking news. It's devastating news. The search for the little girl kidnapped from Lansing appears to have reached a tragic end.
During their search, police officers found a body on Detroit's east side believed to be 2-year-old Wynter Smith. She's the little girl who has been the subject of the Amber Alert. Fox News' Dave Kinchin is there now. And Dave, this is not
I didn't mute myself. Did it echo? I hope not.
No.
Dang, she was so beautiful. Like, what could this little baby have done for her to get murdered, other than probably another scorned boyfriend that hated the ex? Probably had a good relationship with Winter's dad, maybe, co-parenting. And I don't know, this is all crazy. My dad still won't stop texting me.
Who won't?
My dad, I'm like, I'm live. And then he's texting me and he's like, hello. And I'm like, I told you I was live. Oh, okay, here we go.
Not the news anyone wanted to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely devastating. We were hoping and praying that this was not the result, but tragically, that's what we're looking at right now. And we're here in the corner of Nodell and Irwin Streets. And the scene is actually a few blocks down on Irwin there. And there's a whole so we got a major scene here, but we know that there's a press conference happening in Lansing while investigators, including the FBI, are working here. Let's send it back to you so we can get to official.
Wow, that was a fast press conference if the detectives and all still there. Whoa, let's see if they'll play it, and then I won't have to play the other one. Let's see.
Officials in Lansing talking about the investigation there.
Obviously, a lot of moving pieces right now. Let's take a look at what's happening in Lansing right now as they are about to brief the media on this case.
Yeah, we'll take you there now.
And all neighboring law enforcement jurisdictions have spent endless hours on this investigation and for helping find Wynter. The community support and civilian volunteers who put their lives on hold to find Wynter should also be recognized and known for their efforts, that they helped us in the search to bring Wynter home. Finally, I want to acknowledge the media, you all, who helped us keep the public informed with accurate information and share messages on how our communities across the state of Michigan could help. Moving forward, please continue to forward any new information, any digital evidence, any witnesses, witness statements, or any other pertinent information to the Lansing Police Department or the FBI tip line. Thank you.
Before the other guy gets up there and talks, I just want to say, it looks like they're in like an auditorium or like you know what I mean? Like a big old room with a stage.
Like a basketball gym.
Yeah, like, and the sound is like crazy. Do they have that many reporters over there? I'm like, dang.
It seems
I
like
don't know, it's
rooms
just
always
different.
echo.
Huh?
It seems like those rooms always echo even when there's people in there.
Yeah, the big rooms, especially when they're empty.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Here we go. Oh, I wanted to say I love the way they spell her name.
Yes, I do too.
That's very unique.
All right, there you have it. Lansing police basically thanking all of the agencies that helped in this case. But the sad news that we're bringing to you right now is the fact that it appears that search for little Wynter Smith has ended in a field in Detroit over there at Irwin and Nodell. Sadly, this happening about a couple of hours ago. We first got word, of course, from Detroit police that they had found a body, later confirmed from sources, including, we believe, the FBI, that said indeed a body was found.
And this wasn't far from where the suspect, Rashad Trice, was arrested earlier this week. But right now, we're going to head back now to Dave Kitchen for a full report from the scene and what he's learned from police.
If I'm not mistaken, the mother is still alive. I think she was treated at the hospital. We'll find out, I'm sure, for sure. If that's true, could you imagine the pain that she's going through, knowing what she went through, and then that she doesn't have her daughter anymore?
No, I can't even begin to imagine that.
Police there.
Yeah, this is a very active, fast-moving investigation scene here. The scene actually a few blocks down on Irwin here. Detroit police keeping us far back. What we understand, it was Detroit police that found the body of this little girl called an angel by her family. The bright smile, how smart she was, how lovely she was. She lit up the lives of so many of her family members. They were hoping and praying, and tragically, this is what we're dealing with right now. Her body found, this is confirmed by multiple sources, found in an alleyway on Irwin Street, a few blocks down from where we are.
He literally just killed that 2-year-old and just threw her in an alley.
That's insane. For a minute, I was afraid he threw her in a trash can.
I know. Doesn't that FBI ambulance response truck look like a garbage truck, kind of?
It does.
I don't know.
That's just.
We are here. Investigators are working this scene. We saw FBI evidence response teams going door to door, trying to find out as much information as they can. We got the call, I would say, around maybe 7:30 or so. We actually just wrapped up an interview with the group Black and Missing, a group that works nationally to heighten the exposure of missing persons. And just as soon as we got off the phone with them, a Zoom interview, we get this horrible news. And we've got several Detroit police units here where we understand there's going to be some sort of an update by Assistant Chief Fitzgerald. So we're waiting on that. And of course, they're likely waiting on the remarks from officials in Lansing. The FBI has been taking the lead on this case the entire time. They were pinging cell.
2 years old.
And just because he was wanting to get back at the mom. It's like, would you just, take care of your ex instead of the poor child? I'm sorry, but at least they've had time to live some, Makes me mad.
Yeah, but they never knew. Like, they never knew life. She never knew life.
That's what I'm saying. At least, if you're in your 20s or whatever, at least you got, more years.
Life experience or something like that. Even Bella, I mean, she was 6 years old, you know what I mean? So innocent. And she just knows kindergarten, like not life. And it's so sad.
Their life hadn't even really started yet.
For what? For revenge on the other parents.
There's just something seriously messed up with this world.
And it gets worse and worse and worse and worse every year. And it seems like, sorry, Lady B, it seems like more children are being hurt and killed more than adults, it seems like. Every day a child is being killed or very abused. Every day, multiple children.
Yeah, and we don't even know a fraction of it.
Right. We only know, what media brings to us.
Right.
Or locals, if something happens in somebody's, like if something happens in your area, then, you'll come probably tell Lost Soul Scarlet, or somebody like that. Because I know Rock Jim, I think, told me about a case by her. And Rock Jim people need to pass a test to be allowed to be parents these days.
Well, that's true.
Yep. And I'm sure they didn't have CPS calls, on them because the other, I'm sure the mom was probably a good parent and the dad was a good parent, you know what I mean? And then they just get with these evil people and then they're in denial because they were with this person and they wanted to spend the rest of their life with this person, and this person did the ultimate thing you can do to someone.
Right.
is take the life of their child. It's just like I couldn't figure out how Al felt at all with Letitia, but Letitia was totally different. She like played this whole game of multiple personalities, you know what I mean, and all that. At least these
Yeah.
people are claiming that they're just like,
There's no way, unless you've gone through this yourself, there's no way you can imagine what it feels like.
yeah, I know. It's so sad. I had to do a bunch of domesticated shit I hate, but I've been listening. The one by you, yeah.
Cell phones and doing other high-tech digital investigative techniques. And certainly when it comes to Rashad Trice, the suspect in this case, who had, after an altercation, a violent altercation, according to investigators, with Wynter's mother, he had allegedly stolen a car and then driven from Lansing all the way down, eventually ending up in St. Clair Shores. But you saw how the FBI out of Detroit, the Detroit field office, put out that map detailing that travel route, and they can use several different techniques to do that, including pinging a cell phone, looking at towers to see at various points.
Rashad, you should listen to my channel because I clearly stated multiple times not to bring your cell phone with you when you commit a crime. Now you busted.
I was laughing at you.
I'm dead serious.
I'm just glad they do. I'm just glad they're stupid enough to do that.
You think the reporter's nice looking? Have y'all seen a picture of Rashad? Like, he looks so young. And, like, he needs to die, too. Oh, do they have the death penalty in Michigan?
I think so.
No.
No.
The death penalty has been constitutionally banned in Michigan since 1963.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Capital punishment is currently authorized in 27 states. Huh.
That's all? Wow.
Oh, nope, not death penalty.
We have it here.
Life without parole.
It gets hard to keep track. First you do, then you don't, then you do, and then you don't. It's like trying to keep up with it.
I don't know why they're not showing a picture of this dude. I guess they will eventually, but I don't know why they're not showing him now. I'm going to show y'all a picture of him. He looks like a kid.
He does.
That's him. Oh, can y'all see it?
Oh, we could just a second ago. Now it's down too far.
Why? I don't know why it went down. Oh, he don't look 26. He's going to get murder charge and kidnapping charge and all that stuff. Oh, wow.
And people in prison don't like child murdered.
The records show Trice was first sentenced to 224 days in jail for domestic violence and attempted resisting, assaulting, or obstructing a police officer in Monroe County, stemming from a May 23, 2021 arrest. A week later, he was arrested for obstructing police in Clinton County. He was sentenced to attempted assaulting, resisting, and obstructing police and was given a year in jail for that offense. He was again charged with assault and obstructing Michigan State Police in Livingston County. Holy guacamole. He don't like the police.
Well, I thank the Lord for the police because I don't know what we'd do without them.
Criminals don't like the police.
Everybody ready?
Oh no, I'm.
Thank you for.
And hold on, that's not the one we were watching. This is the one we were watching.
Points where he was going, and so what we understand is investigators were actually retracing those steps. The family actually was doing the same thing. They had their own separate search effort going on in Lathrop Village, but we understand that was taking place, and that's what led sources, investigators, to this area, Irwin, on the east side, where the remains of this 2-year-old girl, Wynter Smith, were found. So again, we're waiting for an update from the scene here from the Assistant Chief Fitzgerald at the Detroit Police Department, and you can just see how heavy this is on investigators on the scene. Everybody had hope that this would not be the result, but this is tragically what we're dealing with right now. You outlined the charges that Trice is facing. Investigators we talked to early on say that while he's been held under security at a hospital recovering from injuries that he sustained after crashing into a St. Clair Shores police car during efforts to escape, according to sources there. He's been.
Y'all should not have let him get treatment. Y'all should have just let him suffer. I don't know what kind of injuries he had, but you should have made him suffer.
I agree.
Been at a area hospital, but Lansing police have been guarding him, and we were told by sources that he wasn't talking, at least early on, about any of this at all. Very frustrating for investigators, for seasoned investigators who work on these types of horrible cases, and you can only imagine the anguish and the frustration of the family. They haven't had any sleep since all of this happened. But again, where we are now on Irwin Street, Detroit's east side, multiple units here from Detroit Police, the FBI evidence unit. They've been going door to door. They're trying to piece together as much of this as they can. They're looking for video. They're trying to talk to witnesses. They want to see if anybody saw anything that looked out of the ordinary, as all of.
Hey, y'all, did he say anything about the mom yet? Her condition or what happened?
Not that I heard.
Okay, I want to make sure that I didn't miss it.
All of this took place here, but we understand the remains. Wynter Smith, her body found in an alleyway here. There was one woman on social media who actually we reached out to try to find more information. She said she can't believe this happened right behind her house. So we're hoping to hear from her and find out more about what she saw. But for now, we'll send it back to you, reporting live on the east side. Dave Kinchin, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, lots to piece together here. You mentioned that map that investigators are looking at, taking a look at the route from Lansing to St. Clair Shores. You look at Detroit, you look at that area, you wonder about those doorbell cams if somebody does have one.
I don't know why they're not showing pictures. Most like the picture of Rashad. I don't know why they're not showing his picture. And they have a map that shows how long he drove to dispose of her. From Lansing to St. Clair Shores. It's a pretty, it's a good distance. I guess they figured that they wouldn't put 2 and 2 together if she was way over there, but he got arrested not far from where the body was. Was he looking to get arrested? Like, I don't get it. Wow, abusing Penelope, good grief. That's the same woman who said, I have drug charges when I've never been arrested. Yeah, she's a big bully. Yep.
One up over there, because that's going to be very telling about that white car that he was in, and tracking that car on what day this may have happened, leading to this sad ending. It's going to be critical to check that out.
Yeah, no doubt. Ring doorbell cameras, also surveillance cameras from off of.
Oh, wait, I forgot. He stole a car, too. Murder, kidnapping, and would that be Grand Theft Auto?
It would indeed. Sounds like he's trying to get himself in all kinds of trouble.
He's lucky that Michigan stopped the death penalty in 1963.
Van Dyke, from the side streets, any kind of cameras that they can find, businesses, any government buildings, that sort of thing, any warehouses. They're going to, it's a full court press for investigators. They leave no stone unturned. They do everything they can to try to find out every piece of video, every piece of evidence they can find. Even if a car might have any surveillance cameras on it, they look and they want to piece all of that together.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Key part of this.
And Dave, the desperation that this suspect had shown after allegedly stabbing that little girl's mom, moving on, and then, as we talked about, crashing with that St. Clair Shores cop, also trying to grab a gun. Clearly, this man is not well at all and was exhibiting all kinds of signs of desperation and other things as well when he was first caught.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, hang on. We got something coming up here. Stay with me, guys. We might have an update. Excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead. Dave Kinchin, Forest Live.
So I don't have children, so I guess I have to abuse my dog, Avery. No, one day I was on camera and like my chair was legit next to the bed and I took her and I just like tossed her on the bed. So what? I didn't abuse her. Stupid. All right, anyway, I just wanted to pause it.
L-S-K-I. Is he an I-N or an O-N? He's a Devin I-N. Yeah, D-E-V-I-N. He's the acting special agent in charge. Do you want me to hold that? Okay. For the FBI's Detroit field office. We'll be giving some remarks. With him will be Chief White from the Detroit Police Department. And I will get the names of the two Lansing folks that are here with us tonight. So we're kind of waiting for Lansing PD to be done. It'll be a short statement. Just given the situation, we're not going to take any questions. Jordan and I may hang out just to answer things that we can. So
Right now, you're listening to.
We're not gonna answer questions, but we'll stick around to answer what we can. That's crazy.
That's what they just said?
Yeah, that's what she just said.
Oh, okay. I thought I misunderstood it. Who is that woman?
Hold on. Let me see what it says.
Yeah, it says, careful, Gator. They're leaving no stone unturned.
Okay, listen to her. Watch. She's going to say that. Can't answer any questions, but her
she's a
and that
cop.
dude will stay around to answer what they can. Watch. Let's see.
the names of the two Lansing folks that are here with us tonight. So we're kind of waiting for Lansing PD to be done. It'll be a short statement. Just given the situation, we're not going to take any questions. Jordan and I may hang out just to answer things that we can. So,
Did I understand that right? That's what she said, right?
Yes, that's what she said.
Does she not want to answer questions on record, on camera? I don't get it.
I think what she's saying is that basically they have limited information. They can't answer all the questions, but they'll answer the ones that they do know.
Hey, Janelle. I don't know. And I guess it doesn't say who she is or what her name is.
No, but she's somebody with the law enforcement.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now, you're listening to the FBI spokesperson who is getting ready for a news conference briefing the media.
Now we know who she is.
Talking about who will be present at that news conference. Dave Kinchin will be standing by for that news conference. The FBI not expected to take questions. Chief White also not expected to take questions. There is the head of the FBI right there about to address the media.
My name is Devin Kowalski. I'm the acting special agent in charge of our field office here in Michigan. DEVIN KOWALSKI. I want to thank Chief White for being here, standing shoulder to shoulder with us, along with members of the Lansing Police Department and my team. At approximately 6:50 p.m. this evening, the body of Wynter Cole Smith was recovered by FBI agents. This is not the outcome we were hoping for, and our hearts go out to Wynter's family. Based on information developed throughout this investigation, our teams were searching multiple areas across the state over and over again, and then specifically in the area adjacent to where we're standing. Our evidence response team is currently processing the scene. Our best people are back there to do what is necessary to be as respectful as possible to Wynter and her family. This will be a thorough and deliberate crime scene investigation. It will take time to carefully collect evidence that we need to help bring the person responsible to justice. We want to thank the community for all their assistance in this investigation. I know that you in the media and in the community are anxious for information, and we are sensitive to that. But we'd ask you to understand that we cannot provide further information about the investigation because we want to put our best foot forward and preserve the integrity of the prosecution. Law enforcement agencies across this region and members of our community have been working on this for several days relentlessly. And I want to thank members of the Lansing Police Department, the the St. Clair Shores Police Department, East Point Police Department, Ingham County Sheriff's Office, Detroit Police Department, and members of the FBI Detroit Field Office. And thank you to the community who have continued to help look for Wynter and prayed for the family during this difficult time.
Do y'all know how long it was from the time she went missing to the time they found her? I don't know if anyone knows.
I don't know.
I guess not.
Do you?
Yeah,
know neither?
Avery, I was going to say the same thing, and you can see the sweat on his head.
Yep.
That's another thing, that not only does this affect families, but this affects law enforcement. The guys that find her, you know what I mean? The guys that have to go through all of this. And then not only do they go through it now, but they have to relive it at trial.
Yeah, and they have to relive it every time they go and investigate everything too.
And no telling what they think of when they close their eyes at night.
Yeah, I mean, when it starts affecting law enforcement to where they're having trouble controlling their emotions, you know it's bad. You know?
I don't know if they ever say how the manner of the homicide, but let's see. I don't know if they'll say it.
Please continue to keep the family in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
Yeah, Chief White, along with the head of the FBI, they're not taking questions, talking about a very sad day here in the city of Detroit and across the state. Around 6:50 p.m., the body of Wynter Smith, a little 2-year-old who'd been missing since Sunday night, found in an alley at Irwin and Nodell. Tight-lipped, Taryn, because the FBI says they want to preserve the prosecutor's case in this particular instance. They don't want to tip their hat to any more evidence.
And we know that police agencies, several of them, including the FBI, Lansing Police, Detroit Police, have been working very hard, taking the tips and trying to track down where this little girl may be. Turns out where the body of the 2-year-old was 11 miles from where that suspect was arrested on Monday. They're right now trying to connect the dots as they continue.
They found her the next day. Janelle, that's how I felt for the Lori trial when they had to bring up how they found Tylee and JJ. So she went missing on Sunday and they found her on Monday. That's awesome.
No, they found her yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, yesterday. A week.
You to investigate and bring us the latest details, but we want to share how this really came together, because this came just hours after the man accused of kidnapping her was formally charged with stabbing and sexually assaulting Wynter's mother. 26-year-old Rashad Trice, that man, was arraigned from his hospital bed this afternoon, charged as a violent habitual fourth offender. He's also facing home invasion and unlawful imprisonment charges. Trice was arrested in St. Clair Shores after leading police.
She didn't say nothing about kidnapping or stealing the vehicle.
On a chase that reached up to speeds to 100 miles an hour. He was held without bond, and earlier this afternoon was refusing to give information about where Wynter was.
And of course, now, sadly, this has ended in Detroit on the city's east side, right there at Nodell and Irwin Streets, where neighbors, residents in that area sadly saw Detroit police discover that that's where the body of little Wynter Cole Smith was found. Sad day here in Detroit. Stay with Fox 2 as we bring you the latest developments in this case. You can read our full coverage right now with updates on fox2detroit.com.
Oh my, look at that little face.
Hi, Lisa Green.
She is gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at that skin. It's just flawless. She looks like she's got makeup on.
Yeah. I know, she's so freaking adorable, and I just don't know what someone would think while they're doing this.
This one made me mad when I first heard about it. All of them make me mad, but just some is just worse than others. Did you hear about that one little baby that I don't remember the name of it? Okay, but there was one little baby that was, I think it was right about a year old, that the parents had him in one of those little those motorized little cradle kind of things that you put the kids in, the little cloth ones, or maybe it was a swing. Anyway, it was one for infants, and had it pointing at the wall so the baby could not see out the window, could not see around the room. It's just staring at the wall. And he was found unalive, starved. His diaper hadn't been changed in God knows how many days. So there was little white worms in there, you know what they're called. And just, I would just love to get my hands on those people. They didn't want to be bothered. They were too busy getting high.
You know, criminals might be criminals, but they sure do take up for children. He's gonna get his ass beat. No doubt he's gonna get his ass beat. And then he's so little. Holy hell, he's gonna get his ass beat.
Well, he deserves it.
Is it the same statement that I'm about to play? Let's see. Let's see what this one is.
Wynter Smith is thanking the community and calling for change in the wake of her murder. Now at noon, their message to lawmakers, how Wynter's life is being celebrated and where the investigation stands right now. The search for Wynter started Sunday after Lansing police said her mother's ex-boyfriend, Rashad Trice, took her from their home after an attack on her mother. When police took him into custody Monday morning, there was no sign of Wynter, and police say he refused to tell them where she was. He was previously arraigned on several charges before the little girl's body was found. Let's bring in Victor Williams this afternoon with when charges could be amended or added here, Victor.
Yeah, that's right. We are waiting for that information to come in at any moment, but all of this was just so heartbreaking following all of this from the beginning until now. We know that Wynter's body, unfortunately, was found last night over on the...
I'm sorry that I'm noticing this and such tragedy, but does Michigan have all good looking men? Because I'm about to move there, if so. Because every guy that they've had on this thing so far, on both of them, has been good looking. I'm sorry.
On the east side in an overgrown alley by a home, and officers were able to find her while searching in a grid pattern in different parts of the route that Rashad Trice was allegedly believed to have taken on the night that Wynter was abducted. Former Assistant Police Chief with the Detroit Police Department, Steve Dolan, says that the whole situation is so sad, but at least the officers were able to find Wynter's body without any cooperation from the suspect.
He had a plan, and he was desperate to get away, but the FBI and Detroit and Lansing and everyone was involved. They did a great job, and then they figured out where he'd been there at a spot for longer than a couple of minutes, and they did a grid search, and they found her. Unfortunately, not the way they wanted to. It's great police work. Unfortunately, it probably started too late because he'd already dumped the little girl, and that's heartbreaking.
And the family of Wynter Cole Smith sent to us the following statement, which reads, quote, "We are heartbroken over the loss of our beautiful daughter, granddaughter, cousins, niece, and big sister, Wynter Cole Smith. Wynter's brief but bright life was taken from her unnecessarily, and we will grieve her death forever. We wish to thank the FBI, all law enforcement, all the volunteers, and the Doc Ellis Foundation for their assistance, compassion, and professionalism. In remembering Wynter, we believe that this is necessary to help make sure that this kind of tragedy never again touches any other family anywhere. We ask that the state legislator and Governor Whitmer to consider legislation that further ensures that multiple violent offenders remain in jail or prison, as they are tragically a threat to all of us." And we also know that a vigil is planned for Wynter this upcoming Friday at 6 p.m. But
Once again, there will be a vigil for her tomorrow at 6 p.m. Not sure the location if you're local. If you green eyes. Ooh.
once again, all of this is just so heartbreaking. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Yeah, and Trice, who was out of jail, obviously, we'll wait and see if more charges are brought today.
But he was hoping for.
I just said all kind of stuff, and then I was like, am I muted? Protect your kids. They're the ones hurting their kids. They should, I don't know. This is ridiculous. This is the grandfather speaking out, and I don't think it's very long.
Fox News' Charlie Lampkin, he joins us live with the latest on the mission to bring Wynter home. Charlie.
Yeah, Roop, I am at Ascension St. John Hospital here in Detroit, where
I know she was found. I'm just playing this video.
normally it's a hospital, but this afternoon it was an arraignment. It served as an arraignment for 26-year-old Rashad Trice. He was charged with 8 felonies relating to the sexual assault and attempted murder of Wynter's mother. Of course, Wynter has been missing since Sunday. That's the 2-year-old from Lansing. But all of those 8 felonies, none of them.
The mother's still alive. Crystal, if it's not cooking, it's driving. That's your 2 things. No. Stop it.
them had anything to do with Wynter's disappearance. That could come later if, in fact, more facts show that there's a relationship between Wynter and Trice, who apparently was alleged to have beaten up Wynter's mother and sexually assaulting her, stabbing her as well. Now, I got a chance just a little while ago to talk to Wynter's grandfather, and he gives us an update as to the investigation and the effort to try to find Wynter.
I've been, from the time this happened, I've not really been sleeping, I have not ate. I've been reaching out, walking.
In short, a nightmare for the family of Wynter Cole Smith. The grandfather, Almont Smith Sr., still has hope, but also some harsh words for the suspect, 26-year-old Rashad Trice, who was arraigned today on 8 felonies for the stabbing and sexual assault of Wynter's mother, but not for Wynter's disappearance. What would you say to him right now?
I would ask him, where's my granddaughter? Where's my baby? You know, I mean, yes, her name is Wynter Cole Smith, but everybody knows me. They know I call her.
This picture is so cute.
Aw. Was that his mugshot?
What?
The one with him smiling like a jerk?
I hope not. Maybe it's his driver's license picture, because like in Louisiana, whenever they show criminals like that, it's usually their driver's license. I thought that was her. Now I don't know, because he's charged with breaking into the house. So I thought it was a boyfriend, but maybe not.
No, it was a boyfriend.
I don't know, because they said that they have to figure out a relationship between him and Wynter.
I thought it said ex-boyfriend.
That's what I thought at first too, but now I don't.
It did say ex-boyfriend.
All right, and then the grandfather is just so like not. I mean, like not, showing anger like most people would be. What would you like to say to him if you could say something? And most people would be like, I want to punch him in the throat, or
I'd be going, you better start running now, because when I catch up with you, you're going to be dead. SOB.
Right. But he wasn't like that. That's pretty nice.
Maybe some people are more forgiving than we are. I'm just tired of hearing about these babies.
Yes, they do have people. They do have people very forgiving, and kudos to them, because I couldn't do it.
I mean, I'm a Christian and all that, and I try to be a very forgiving, loving person, but I'm sorry, there's just some things would take me a while, if ever, before I could forgive. That would be one of them. Somebody hurt my grandbaby, oh my goodness. They're going to have me and my husband after him.
And I'm sure your entire family.
Mm-hmm. Plus my sons. I mean, seriously,
Well, of course, that would be them's daughter.
Yeah. See, let him get locked up, and then, you go get some sort of a misdemeanor driver's thingy and get locked up in the same cell with them, and then,
Shoot, with their luck, they probably wouldn't even be in the same dorm as dude.
Yeah, but if you were, whoo.
Crystal, you're so funny. I still want a video of a UFO, Jeannie. She lives in Las Vegas.
Yes, I do. I want one too.
She lives in Vegas, so I told her if she sees a UFO, I need a video, or it never happened.
That's about right. We have to have receipts here.
Yeah, and now Dolly's going to Vegas, so he'll be going live from Vegas. I hope we get to see you, Jeannie. I hope you go live with him. All right, let's hear Grandpa.
Her angel. I've been calling her angel from day one when she was born.
And as far as an update as to the search for Wynter?
One thing is, I could be honest about, from Lansing to St. Clair Shore, it only take about an hour and a half to get there. from the time he left until 6 in the morning, you know, when he got caught at 6 in the morning, there's some whereabouts right there that we have to find out where he stopped at.
Besides the police and the FBI, there are independent groups like the Doc Ellis Foundation that are helping the family look for Wynter.
Every person that I talk to,
look for Wynter.
That's the map. That's what he drove to go dump Wynter in an alley. Yay, Jeannie! That's sickening, an hour and a half. I guess he figured he wouldn't get caught if he drove that far. But dumbass brought his cell phone with him.
Every person that I talk to ask for prayers, they break down and cry because they want to see her come home safe.
Such a sad situation. They're trying to find Wynter. By the way, Trice was given no bond by the judge, and he still remains here in the hospital. When he is better to make the trip back to Lansing, he will do that. Now, I should say that everyone wants Trice to talk about where's Wynter, whether he'll do that or not voluntarily. Certainly doesn't have to, but if he does, that would help the investigation tremendously. There's still a $25,000 reward from the FBI, and if you have any information about where is Wynter, because that search is going on, call the FBI, Michigan State Police, or for that matter, any police agency.
You know, I do have to point out, though, that when they spoke to this grandfather in this, and I know you know she was found and all of that, but this was before he knew that she was unalived. He may not be so forgiving now. You're on mute.
Thank you very much. I said very true. I didn't think about that. I know, Janelle, I'm telling you, they must not watch my channel because I say it every single day. If you're going to commit crime, don't bring your cell phone with you.
Don't tell them that.
If you don't want to get caught. I mean, it's common sense. Everybody's getting caught with their GPS on their cell phone.
Yep.
I wonder who he called on his way out. I mean, why would he need a cell phone if he was... I don't know. So the mother is still alive and now has to live with this.
Okay, so this guy, he was in the hospital? How did he get hurt? I missed it.
Because he wrecked the vehicle.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the mom's name. How does Rashad Trice know Wynter Smith?
Christy, could you post the link for Jeannie?
Sure. I think you might want to copy it or maybe come up here. Let's see. No, it doesn't say. Wait, what we know about the man. I wonder if it'll say it on here. I know I'm not showing it yet. Hold on. He was charged as a violent, habitual fourth offender, being held without bond. Doesn't say. I enjoy being able to help people either. Oh, never mind. That's not anything. Providing a safe space to break relationship violence that police said Wynter's mother endured at the hands of Rashad. So yes, they were in a relationship. I know you, but I'm about to end it. This is the third time I go live today. I better watch all 3 of my videos, and you need to hit that like button for me, and you need to join the swamp because the water is nice and cool. You know, it's hot these days in the summertime.
I will join as soon as I get money on my debit card, sweetie. That's why I haven't joined yet.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Unless you live in Australia by Kaz and them, then they're in winter and it's so cold over there. So I have 2 swamps. I have a hot swamp for my friends in Australia, and then I have a cold swamp for my friends in America. Oh, ain't I just so sweet? I'm just joking. Jeannie, when does he leave? Well, it's not like I have anything else to do. So let me tell y'all this real quick before I end. So when I went to Louisiana, the medical stuff over there is very, very expensive. So I didn't smoke as much over there, right? So when I come back here where it's recreational, I'm a lightweight. Crystal, you just don't even know. I know I'm on a roll. Don't y'all hear my intro song? Y'all need to listen to my intro song. Were you awake at that time, Kaz? I went to sleep at 4 this morning and woke up at 8. Lady V.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know that scorpion was the only thing I ate yesterday?
Must have been good.
No, I just don't. I don't think about eating and I'm not hungry. Like, it's that medicine. I don't understand, like, how it messes with your brain. Because, like, I'm seriously, I don't think about food and I don't care to eat. Like, I haven't had sweets or anything. They're like, you want some ice cream? You want some brownies? Bruh, no, I don't. You want to eat? Bruh, no, I don't. Like, my grandma would always be like, you need to eat something. And I'm like, Grandma, I'm not hungry. And she's like, well, I'm hungry. I eat all day.
Yeah. My grandma
You
was
need
the same
to eat
way.
something, she says. Okay, Grandma, I'll eat when I'm hungry. I promise. And then one day I totally forgot to eat.
Oh, I can be that way.
I think I'm on a plateau right now with it, though, because I'm still at the same weight. I haven't lost in a few days.
That's good. You don't need to lose anymore.
Yes, I do. So I lost 33 pounds so far. Aw, Kaz, that's because you love me. She just knew I was going live. So she woke up. I don't know. I'll just, like, I don't know what is my normal weight? Hold on. What's my normal weight should be? Normal weight for...
People get that thin and they don't look healthy anymore when they get older.
Okay, it says that I should weigh between 122 and 149.
Yep, that's what I'm saying, and that's too low.
That's too low? 150.
People when people get older and they lose too much weight, they don't look healthy and they actually look older than their age.
I know. I look sick. I really do look sick. Let me see.
And I don't know why Avery thinks she has to be on a diet.
See, like, I don't know. My collarbones and not. You see what I mean? Like
Yeah, mine.
5'7". I don't know.
I'm not feeling very good today.
I hope you feel better.
Yeah, it's all the rains and everything that we're having. It just affects me really badly. Where's that baby?
As I was just like, come here. See,
I
Mama.
see that baby.
I see, baby. Come on.
You look good though, Christy.
Thanks. My body doesn't look good, and
I know that one.
I have so much like.
I look okay.
Huh?
I said when my clothes are on, I look okay.
Y'all know I abuse my dog, so hold on. Say hello, Mama. Say hello.
Okay. Like it.
Say
Hi,
hello,
baby.
friend.
She's like, whoa.
I don't know how she knows. Like cameras, anytime I pick up my phone, she's good. But she knows when I'm picking up my phone and turn that camera on. She only runs when I turn the camera on.
Oh, I got my hair all like, I was going,
So if I should weigh 150, then that means I only have to lose 18 more pounds.
Well, I wouldn't go any lower than that.
I'm not trying to lose weight at all.
I know that. But
I feel bad for people that work out, and I should work out, then I wouldn't have so much flabby skin. But it's like Avery said, trying to lose weight and can't exercise or whatever, people that do exercise and diet and they lose weight so hard, and I'm like doing nothing. And I was 201 when I started, and I'm 168.
I've lost 50 pounds. So
50.
Yeah. I'm at 168.
You?
Yeah. You and I weigh about the same now.
You know what I say? It's crazy because I look in the mirror and I see myself that I've lost weight. But when I sit here, I feel like I'm bigger.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Now, my picture that I showed, my biggest weight was 276.
Oh,
so
wow.
I was 276 at one point in time. And then I lost weight. And then, like, it took a very long time for me to get where I am. I've never been under 200 pounds in my adult life.
Yeah, I'm 5'1" too, Avery. Yeah, I told my husband I wanted to get to 125 and he had a fit. He said 145 is as low as you go.
Are you comfortable, though, with your weight right now, or do you want to lose more?
I'm at a plateau right now. I'm actually comfortable right now. I mean, it'll come off when it's ready. It's better to take it slowly than it is to take it off quickly anyway.
Nevaeh said I wasn't fat anymore. And for her to say I'm not fat anymore, I'm not fat anymore. I said I don't look 9 months pregnant anymore. I look like 2 months pregnant or 3 months pregnant.
I've had too many surgeries on my stomach. It's never going to be normal again.
The only surgery I had was gallbladder surgery down there. And it's crazy because I had the 3 cuts up here and then the one where my gallbladder is and then my belly button. And when I was bigger, my stomach was bigger, like the scars were under my boob. And now that I'm losing weight, like I can see the scars. Like now I can see the scars. You know what I mean?
I get it. So, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. And I think, could you tell Charlotte I won't be there tonight because I'm really just not feeling well at all.
Okay. I hope you feel better. Take some medicine. Maybe you just need to rest.
Yeah, it's just we keep having storms. And what happens with Lyme and fibro is the barometric pressure rises and rises. Then when it finally starts raining, I'm like, oh, thank God. But it's not that. Well, we've got 5 inches
of rain
yesterday.
Put out your note.
Yeah, yesterday I think it was.
Penelope, no, I said.
What's the day?
There she goes walking on my
Is
laptop.
this the 7th or the 6th?
Tomorrow, 6. Tomorrow makes a year I quit smoking cigarettes.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's very good.
But
Need to
anyway,
be
I have
clear.
to take steroids for the rest of my life, so I'll never be thin again. So I just don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna. I mean, I'd rather carry a extra weight than to be too thin, because then if you get sick, you have nothing that you can lose. Then.
I'm sorry. I have loose skin. I'm sorry. I was a big person, and now I don't have fat to fill it. So it is what it is.
Well, yeah. Oh, I'm the same way. But if you lose it slow, it gives your skin a chance to tighten at least some.
Then my mom told me I don't have a butt anymore. I said, Mom, I didn't have a butt before. What are you saying?
Shoot. I had a big butt.
I wish I had a big butt. I don't know. All right. Well, I guess I'm getting off of here. Somebody will be going live, I'm sure, soon.
I love you.
Thank you for coming up, Lady V. You're so sweet. You're so amazing. Remember, you're bestest.
So you guys, you're absolutely amazing. I really enjoy visiting with you all. So
thank
I'm
you.
gonna say goodbye and jump down, and I think
No, but does the cold weather affect your fibro too? Mine too. Oh my goodness. Bad weather and the cold weather is horrible. But anyway,
Jeannie said that steroids. Okay.
Is that from the C word, Jeannie? Because I saw you said up there, let me see real quick, about the last 15 pounds you lost. Is that why you have to take steroids? Because now I have to see a cardiologist for mine. I had it 3 times, once every year.
Last time I had it was November of 2021.
I had it April 2021, June 2022, and April 2023.
That's scary.
Yeah. All right, go rest. Thank you so much for coming up here with me.
Love you
And I
guys.
enjoyed being on panel with you and Scarlett's channel, so you can come up here more often.
Enjoy being with you too. So I love y'all. Bye bye.
You too. Get some rest.
I will.
All right. Bye bye. Jeannie, what stage do you have kidney disease? What stage of kidney disease do you have? My mom has stage 3 kidney disease. Bye, Janelle. Thanks for coming. Y'all hit that like button for me, please. I'll find out with Jeannie later. Maybe she doesn't want to say it in chat. Hit that thumbs up for me, please. And if you can, I would so appreciate you joining the swamp. It has cool weather for my American friends, and it has warm weather for my Australian friends. So I hope that you all have a wonderful night. And if you're watching the replay, hit that thumbs up for me. Thank you.